Captain's log, 5th of August 2023. Yesterday I was working on the bilges, and I've got some exciting bilge footage coming up for you now, along with some bilge questions for all you bilge experts out there. Other than that, I've actually been experiencing some soreness in my nether regions, which I think is due to seawater. There seems to be some sort of pernicious organism, micro bacterial, one would assume, in the seawater, and when it splashes on my shorts as I'm going into the harbour, everything kind of gets very sore, and I have documented it photographically. So if you're squeamish, I apologise, but here it is. Well, that's what it feels like anyway. And I'm just interested to know if anybody else ever has a sort of allergic reaction to seawater. I'm treating it with some potions and poultices at the moment in the traditional way, which seem to be making a difference. But I'm baffled really as to what's causing it. Other than that, I'm just waiting to speak to Mike the Russian, who's due to come here today and talk about the bilges. No, not the bilges, about the interior renovations here as I'm getting the boat ready for chartering in the high season. And there's my captain's log. See you tomorrow. Oops. Right, now I've been doing a little bit of thinking, and I'm going to be trying very hard not to drop this into the bilge, which would make it the second phone I'd lost in the bilge this week. So there's the main bilge, and I've currently got the bilge pump working away in there. It just doesn't seem to drain from here, from the engine. I know there's connections between these and other bilges. There's bilges up there. You can see this bilge is quite full, and it should, I guess, drain to this bilge, which should drain to the other bilge, and none of the bilges seem to be bilging in the way that they should. There's still quite a lot of water in there, but I couldn't extract it with the bilge pump. I'm moving the bilge pump from the engine bay to the main bilge area, so there's some drainage through from there to there. And just to check on the progress, very carefully, we should be getting water out of the other end, which we are. Dirty bilge water. Here we're in the fix your life section, where I'm just going to sort of make myself publicly accountable for the things that I do, to try and encourage myself to get on with them, and also to just let everybody know what it is that I'm up to. Just part of a journaling process. So let's go to the psychometrics. So I've got 7 days of fresh stores, 1 day of deep stores, 200 litres of diesel, 4 litres of 4-star petrol, which is low. I've only got 135 quid. That's lower than I thought, but I've trashed 2 phones, dropping them in the bilges because I've been working on the bilges. It's a terrible hazard, actually. It was unfortunate, but that's 250 quid down the drain. You can't do without phone. It's one of the essentials. Positivity is a 6, because really I'm a bit concerned that when I push myself in the gym, I get sort of dizziness symptoms during aerobic. Everything else is absolutely fine, but I need to understand what the thresholds are for my heart as I manage this issue. Dominance is, how capable you feel about completing your tasks and getting them done. It's pretty good. 7, interest is good. 8, alertness is 7. Stress is up a little bit at 6. Social connectedness is loitering a little bit at 6. Most of that comes from my contact with the musicians at the Bohemia Club, which is really, you can see there, before that it was sort of 3. I just didn't feel connected. I mean, I do speak to people back home as well, but the local music scene really is great. And the gym is great as well, you know, friends at the gym and the club Bohemia. Heart 124, 74, 59, good blood pressure, maybe slightly slow on the heartbeat again. And I am persisting with a little dab of THC tincture every day. Never got on with it before, ganja, but that is really very holistic and genuinely calming and healthy feeling. Motivation is 7. Alcohol, no ganja, no kratom, which is the local sort of stimulant tea. Binning that, I think. Bisoprolol, none. That's the beta blocker. I'm managing things through exercise. Effectiveness is an 8. So I think I'm getting through stuff. And vibration is the sense of harmony and how much you feel like a complete human being and how much you feel. It's like being in the present. And it's just gone up a lot since I changed lifestyle. You know, when you definancialize, you trade. When you're financialized, you're trading your time for money. When you're definancialized, you have time and less money. But if you do it right, I think you can feel more human. I never felt, when I was doing all those long hours in IT, very unsatisfying. You're dragging silly little icons across a screen from one place to another and tiring out the same networks in your brain, sitting in a chair. It's just very unfulfilling. So the vibration, I mean, it's like I just feel in the moment. So I'm happy with that. Going back to the Trello board. Not much to say. I am getting on with most of these things. So there we go. There's Fix Your Life for today. Okay, so the final section, as always, is Fix the World. And I will be looking again today at the physics of climate change. If you think what I'm saying is interesting, then please follow the link in the description to my other channel, which is called Words Not Warfare. And please comment, like, and subscribe there to push out the message, because at this moment in time, conversation is certainly being stifled, debate is being stifled. I'm asking you, please, to help an open discussion to form around these very important issues, because our whole lives are being turned upside down in pursuit of the net zero agenda. And at the very bottom of that, we have to be sure that there is something in the theory of climate change and greenhouse gas caused planetary warming. And I think you will see there are some serious questions. So for the sake of everybody, please like, comment and subscribe, and please follow the link. If you wish to do that, please follow the link to the Words Not Warfare site. Thank you.
This diagram is a summary of the conclusions of laboratory measurements and satellite observations. The full scientific discussion is linked in the description. Note on the right where it says thermalization prevents back radiation. This states that excited C02 molecules in the lower atmosphere transfer their energy to other molecules such as nitrogen and oxygen by thermal conduction. The gases rise through convection until they are at an altitude where the atmosphere is sparse enough that the heat escapes the Earth through long-wave radiation. What does this mean for greenhouse gas warming theory? It completely invalidates this NASA Earth energy budget diagram because there is no back radiation that warms the Earth. If you think you can argue this point and disprove it through scientific debate, please contribute in the comments below. Let's fix the world with words.